Today is day 58 of memorising the entire Gospel of Luke until my wedding day. One advantage I've found to memorising a few verses every day is that I can spend a whole hour focused on just this small passage. That means I can pay attention even to tiny, seemingly insignificant details that often turn out to have a deeper meaning to them. For example, today I memorised the end of the parable of the Good Samaritan. Now in this parable, a man is on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho, when he's basically mugged and left for dead on the side of the road. Then a priest comes along, someone you'd expect to be godly, but he passes by him and doesn't help. The same happens when a Levite comes by and just goes on his way. Then a Samaritan comes along, someone who is culturally expected to despise the Jews, and he is the one who helps the man, even paying an innkeeper to look after him until he's well. The idea behind the parable is that in the command, love your neighbour as yourself, your neighbour isn't just limited to people who are part of your community. We should be a neighbour to everyone, regardless of superficial differences. Now here's what I wondered. Why does Jesus say these men were specifically going down the road from Jerusalem to Jericho? Why not from Jericho to Jerusalem, or Jerusalem to Bethlehem? Well, I did some research and found out that this road was known as the Bloody Pass, because it had a reputation for being so dangerous, with robbers often attacking people. It was also a fairly busy road, as Jericho was a wealthy and luxurious city. In fact, it was the city which had the highest priestly population in Jesus' time. So these details make the parable very plausible. But digging even deeper, why was the direction of travel from Jerusalem to Jericho? Am I overthinking this? Well, in the Mosaic law, if a priest touched a dead or diseased body, he would have been considered ceremonially unclean and disqualified from service in the temple. So someone listening to this parable might have excused the priest ignoring the dying man if he was heading for temple service in Jerusalem. So that's why it specifically says the priest was going down the same road, that is, descending from Jerusalem to Jericho, because there would be no excuse for not helping him. He's presumably completed his temple service and heading home. I think this just highlights the pure genius with which Jesus crafts these parables, because he makes it so watertight that the conclusion is undeniable. I find it amusing that when Jesus asks, which of these three do you think was a neighbour to the man who fell into the hands of robbers, the expert in the law can't even bring himself to say the Samaritan, and instead says the one who had mercy on him. Anyway, the Bible is amazing. God willing, I will see you tomorrow, and God bless.